Friends, MrBeast just dropped an absolute bombshell. 100 pilots fight for a private jet that has already hit 42 million views in just 24 hours. Can you even imagine? 100 professional pilots, all going head to head for a luxury jet worth millions of dollars. But wait. The ending is so insane that absolutely nobody saw it coming. If you haven't watched the original video yet, pause this one right now and go check it out. Seriously? Go. But if you have, stick around because I'm about to break down every single mind-blowing twist and spoiler. Don't forget to subscribe or Mr. Beast might just steal your dog. Just kidding. Let's get into it. Takeoff is right now. First off, let's talk about the setup. MrBeast is the king of spectacle, and this video is no exception. 100 pilots, all with real flight experience, gathered on an airfield. The price, a magnificent private jet. The challenge, keep your hand on the plane. The last person with their hand on it wins. We've seen this format before, but Jimmy always finds a way to crank it up to 11. From the get-go, the tension was palpable. You could see the determination in their eyes. These aren't just random people. They're seasoned professionals who understand the value of what they're competing for. This immediately raises the stakes. The initial challenges were classic He started offering cash to get people to drop out $10,000, $20,000. It's a life-changing amount of money for most people, but these pilots were holding strong. You can see the internal conflict on their faces. Do you take the guaranteed cash or risk it all for a multi-million-dollar jet? This is where MrBeast's genius in human psychology shines. He creates scenarios that test people's greed, endurance, and strategy. The first few hours were a brutal mental game. He even brought in their families to try and persuade them to take the money. Imagine your own spouse telling you to just take the 50 grand and come home. The emotional pressure was immense. As the hours dragged on, the physical toll became apparent. Standing for days on end, sleep-deprived, with only short breaks. The visuals were incredible. The drone shots of the pilots surrounding the jet, the sun setting and rising, it all added to the epic scale of the challenge. This is where the storytelling really kicks in. MrBeast and his team are masters at highlighting individual stories. We got to know some of the pilots, heard about their families, their dreams, and why winning this jet would mean so much to them. This creates an emotional investment for us, their viewers. We start rooting for certain people. We feel their pain when they finally have to give up. It's not just a contest. It's a human drama unfolding right before our eyes. Then came the mini. To thin the herd, MrBeast introduced a series of smaller challenges. These weren't just random, they were cleverly themed around aviation. One of the best was a flight simulator challenge. The pilots had to perform a difficult landing in the simulator. The ones with the lowest scores were eliminated. This was brilliant because it tested their actual skills. It wasn't just about endurance anymore. It was about proving they were the best pilot. You could see the professionals thrive and the less experienced ones struggle. It added a layer of legitimacy and fairness to the competition, making it more than just a simple test of who can stand the longest. The community aspect was huge here too. You saw pilots helping each other, giving tips, even though they were competitors. It showed great sportsmanship. Now, let's get to the final few contestants. The tension was at its absolute peak. Days had passed. The group had been whittled down to just a handful of exhausted but incredibly determined individuals. At this point, the cash offers were getting astronomical. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mr. Beast was practically begging them to take the money. But they refused. Their eyes were locked on the prize. This is where the strategic cliffhangers come in. The video would cut at crucial moments, leaving you desperate to know what happens next. The editing is so sharp, keeping the pace high even when the contestants are just standing still. Every glance, every size captured and amplified. And then we get to the final two, a man and a woman, both having stood for what felt like an eternity. They looked like zombies, but their hands were still firmly planted on the jet. MrBeast brought them to the center and made them one final offer. He put two briefcases in front of them. One contained $250,000 in cash. The other contained the keys to the jet. They could either agree to split the cash, or one of them could try to go for the jet, risking getting nothing. The classic prisoner's dilemma, MrBeast-style. This is where the truly unexpected happened. Everyone watching expected a tense negotiation, maybe a betrayal, or one person finally giving in to exhaustion. But that's not what we got. The two finalists, instead of turning on each other, started talking. They shared their stories, their reasons for being there. The man spoke about wanting to provide for his family. The woman spoke about her dream of starting her own charter flight service. And then, in a moment that shocked everyone, the male pilot turned to the female pilot and said, "You know what? You deserve this more than I do. Your dream is bigger." And he took his hand off the plane. Just like that. No negotiation. No tricks. He willingly gave up his chance at a multi-million-dollar jet and $250,000 in cash. The crowd, the crew, MrBeast himself, everyone was speechless. The woman burst into tears, completely overwhelmed. It was a moment of pure, unexpected humanity. It wasn't about greed or competition anymore. It was about empathy and generosity. But hold on, because that's not even the final twist. MrBeast, clearly moved by this gesture, walked over to the man who gave up. He said, "That was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in one of my challenges." And then he told him that for his act of selflessness, he was giving him the $250,000 anyway. So, in the end, they both won. The woman got her jet, and the man got the life-changing cash. This ending is what makes MrBeast's content so powerful. He engineers these massive charity spectacles, but at the heart of them, he finds these incredible moments of human connection. The final shot of the woman seeing her name on the side of the jet, and the man hugging his family with the briefcase of Kashid's pure emotional payoff. It's not just about the money or the prize, it's about the stories and the people. The video wasn't just a competition. It was a testament to the good in people. It strategically subverted our expectations. We were primed for a dramatic, cutthroat finale, but instead, we got a heartwarming, inspiring conclusion. This is why MrBeast is at the top of the game. He understands that while the grand scale hooks you in, it's the emotional depth and surprising twists that make a video truly memorable. He built up the tension perfectly, made us connect with the contestants, and then delivered an ending that nobody could have predicted. It's a masterclass in modern storytelling. It leaves you feeling good, feeling inspired, and eagerly anticipating what crazy, brilliant idea he'll come up with next. That strategic cliffhanger isn't just for the next video. It's a cliffhanger for our expectations of human nature. Will we see greed or will we see generosity? With Mr. Beast, you never know. And that's why we'll keep watching. What a video! Thanks for watching this breakdown, everyone. I'm still processing that incredible ending. What did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content breakdowns. We'll see you in the next one.